How do you properly leverage your coach? Good morning. Thank you for joining me, Coach Michael, on your Monday morning. How do you properly leverage your business leadership coach? First of all, there's a lot of you maybe have not used a coach. Some of you had. But there's a certain way to leverage your coach, because when you do, that's when you get the most out of your coach, the most out of your team, and it's most efficient for you, the leader of the organization. I'll give you a perfect example. There's an organization that I've been working with for 8 years now. And I most likely have spoken to about 30 people within the organization. I coach the leaders of the organization. I also coach all the divisional managers and really anybody they want to have step up as bench strength and management, they're having me speak to. So I usually speak to Jonathan and said, who would you like me to speak to in reference this week? And there's one particular individual he was having a challenge with. He goes, could you please speak to him? I'm like, I got it. So I spoke to this individual. We obviously did the disc prior. I had him watch the video on the disc, get more familiar with his behavior. And then when we had the call, I asked permission to speak freely. He gave me permission and I spoke freely. And essentially what I did is I took the mirror and shined it on him and really had him take a look at himself, how he was showing up. And I asked him if I had permission to challenge him to go to the next level. And again, he gave me permission. And I gave him some tools and ideas to challenge himself. I gave him a couple of books to read. So the books, he can do the reading and get these distinctions himself, how he can step up. I gave him certain exercises to do. He owned it. He stepped up. I was very proud of the way he stepped up and owned the whole conversation because he gave me permission. And I like to use a phrase, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. He obviously was ready to go to the next level. The leader of the organization wasn't necessarily getting through to him, because of course when you're leader of an organization, you're dealing with this person on a daily basis. So you might be a little jaded, or you might just get a little frustrated and impatient. I'm totally unbiased. I'm going to ask the questions I need to ask because my goal is to get the best out of that individual. Well, I spoke to Jonathan the next day, and his simple words were like, I have no idea what you said to him, but holy shit, how he had stepped up and really owned it, and I'm really proud of him. So that's how you leverage your coach. I'm all about building leaders. As you're looking to build and scale your business to the next level, you're going to need to promote people to take responsibilities, ownership, leadership, and they need to be taught the skills accordingly. So when you have a coach, use that coach to help you coach up not only yourself, but coach up your team. When somebody that has no emotions attached to the situation, that can clearly get in there and ask permission to have an open conversation, ask permission to speak freely, and ask permission if you can challenge that person and they give you the say-so, boom. That person now owns it and wants to get better. So a lot of you have coaches, some of you don't. Some of you might be considering coaches but don't necessarily know how to leverage them. There's how to do it. So if you have a team, if you have a division where you have bench strength that you want to move up your leaders and managers, reach out to me, give me a call. I'll walk you through it. I also have a leadership management boot camp, a 4-week course that can take those leaders and managers and give them all the skills they need to scrub them up, to get them on a new level of communication, management, leadership, which will make your job easier, your organization run a lot more systematically, and most importantly, more productivity and more results, more money. That is why we're in business in the first place. So if you have a coach, leverage your coach. If you don't, find the right one and figure out how to leverage them, not just for you, but also for the team, because the team's running the show every day. You're just guiding them in the process. As always, I want to thank you for joining me, Coach Michael, on your Monday morning. I want to wish you a productive, profitable week. Go get them. See you next Monday. Be well.